All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I'm going to talk about today is, was your past healthy or unhealthy? So, I've been getting involved with a lot of anti-aging. So, it's really been kind of on the forefront with me and kind of taking a different approach. And if you know anything about me, a lot of times I come up with different titles or different concepts, I think, that nobody else really kind of, I can't say nobody else, but a lot of people don't kind of think about. And when it comes to health and wellness, a lot of times, I think a lot of us don't want to admit our past, how we treated our bodies, right? It could be you may have in the past partied too much, drank, did drugs, maybe ate a lot of shit foods, just beat your body up, never got the correct amount of sleep, maybe did things to your body I don't even know, and that doesn't even mean drugs either. It could just be you didn't take care of it. You just took it for granted. It could be even athletes, people that look like they're very healthy, maybe playing certain sports, you were beating the shit out of yourself. Even someone like me who lifted weights throughout my life, a lot of times I was damaging my body. I definitely wasn't helping it, even though from a distance it may look like I was an athlete. But again, was I helping myself at times or hurting myself? Both, to a certain degree. But lately I've been sitting with friends, like everybody else, I think, through COVID the last couple of years, and being with a lot of friends and family members and kind of doing different Zoom calls with different people and things. I've been listening a lot about what people talk about their past, what they would do, right, throughout their lives, their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, even me being involved with a lot of my friends, what we used to do, which included partying, going out, meeting women, again, working out stories, people drinking, how people got DUIs, how people ended up in the joint, how some people even ended up murdered, actually. All these different stories of lifestyles, and you think about it, it's our own history. And I realized some of my friends that would, let's say, work out, a lot of their past history stories with me were pretty kind of cool. We would talk about the gym. We'd meet up there, and then maybe we'd go out, or we would, do certain workouts and things like that. And they're still in decent shape. A lot of them still work out, which is great. We had a lot of funny stories. And then I have other friends, too, that I hung out with that I realized, too, that really weren't that healthy. That were, a lot of their past is more or less just partying and, say, drinking and eating out with me, which, again, was a blast. But then I'm looking across the table, or I'm looking at these people, and they're still really kind of either doing the same thing or they're very out of shape. I'm in my 50s now. And I'm kind of looking at that saying, that was our past, but what is the future going to be a lot of times with their health and wellness? I talk a lot about this, and I know I don't know what we're going to be in the future. I can walk down the stairs right now and die. I'm just saying, let's call it, I could get hit by a car, hypothetically. But if you do plan on living longer, if you're really if you're not feeling that good or you're not that healthy now, what do you think you're going to be in the future? And I think this is something that a lot of people just don't think about. I also think a lot of people think it's kind of fun and it's cool, which it is, like the past, your youth and all the things you used to do that were crazy and exciting and all those things. And the youth is the youth. You can get away with doing certain things, pulling all-nighters, right? Even though I didn't like those. Partying for long periods of time, going on cruises and drinking for a week, 10 days straight, going on gambling junkets, going to maybe Vegas, Atlantic City, all these things we used to do, and living that lifestyle, which, again, I'm not telling anybody how to live. But, in the future, again, I kind of still see people talking about doing certain things. And it could even be as simple as golfing with your buddies. A lot of my friends golf. They go away for 2-3 days, or even family members or whatever. There's a lot of drinking and a lot of smoking. It could be cigarettes or it could be cigars. But again, if you play golf every weekend, or you're doing other things that, like, you're doing something kind of healthy, of course, with golf, especially if you don't get a cart, if you walk a course, which is amazing. But if you're going to sit there and drink how many drinks or drink beer throughout it and smoke how many cigars, what is that kind of doing to you? And I will wrap it up with this. Again, your lifestyle, and you can do whatever you want. I see older people's lifestyle sometimes actually being worse than when they were younger. Because I'll just say a lot of my friends and people I know, in their past, they did work out. They were very active. But now they're in their, late 40s or in their 40s and 50s and going into their 60s, not doing too much. meeting up and maybe drinking again too much. They're not getting drunk, maybe just sipping whiskey or whatever they're drinking, but again, maybe smoking cigars, smoking cigarettes, eating a lot of foods, unhealthy foods, not getting a lot of blood flow. So these are going to be the stories of the future, because I always talk about where, like, right now, this is a story. Like me telling you about this podcast, I could turn this into a story and be like, on this day, I went and did a podcast about this. It was really cool. Not only did I do that, I had a call at 3:30 with somebody, which I do today, about relationships. And then I had to go here, and I went to the gym, and this happened and that happened. It hasn't happened yet, but most likely that's going to be part of my past. But what am I doing today that's going to help me with my health and wellness? What's going to make me feel better? I'm just saying, and help me instead of hurt me. And I don't think a lot of people look at things that way. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, please feel free to hit me up, rich@richcelenza.com. And let's make our future stories not only great, not only fun, but let's make them a little healthier. All right? Take care.